telling her truth, and it just helps, people. AJ, you want to share something with
It's very interesting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Artist Connection. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we have some amazing talent here tonight. We're going to start off by introducing Heather. Heather, please tell us about yourself and what you do, what you have going on in the community, any upcoming events, and then bless our mic.
Awesome. Hello, I'm Heather P. I also go by Funky Sunshine um, in the Glendale, Pasadena area. And I am a Reiki practitioner, poet, published author, and a myriad of other things. Um, in addition to practicing Reiki, I also teach and um, love helping people remember who they are at their core, because that's an easy thing for us to forget, um, and it really is a remembering. So I I I have a couple of things coming up, Reiki related. Something in August. It's a data play retreat in Ojai for the ladies, and we're dancing, um, doing some creative writing and fire stuff, and a myriad of other beautiful things to help us just be present, to play, to cry, heal, and all of that. Um, yeah, and I'm glad to be here. So, oh, I do have a book. That's right. Oh, my birthday is next month. That's important. Let me not forget that. Um, my book is Loving a Lioness, Poetry and Life, Love and Arrows, published through the World Stage Press. You can get that on Amazon, or you can buy it directly from me, cut out the middleman, and give me some more bread. That'd be great. Thanks. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Glad to be here.
Now, bless our mic, Heather.
Oh, I had to. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. It was a long day. It's a long, it's a thing. It's a thing. Love is spiritual. I used to battle demons vigorously, face and destroy them. My mind game was strong. I entertained the truth while cutting ties with the enemy. I could spot yours and commence surgery, remove spiritual leeches, witness you raise your hands to the sky, shouting out the most high. Deliverance is real. My faith was strong. If we just touch the hem, we too will be healed. I'm looking for my faith, my reasons to believe. Your demons are stronger than me. The closer we get, the harder they come for me. Walking away from you doesn't make sense. I'm not even sure it's possible. It's not what I want to do. I want to feel a mustard seed in my hand. I want to see victory with my third eye. Let me focus on the joy holding hands brings. Being silly for no reason. Let's let this love breathe. Plant my toes in this dirt, raise my hands and heart to the sky. I ask for forgiveness while my heart opens. Let the tears cleanse my spirit. God, purify me. I surrender us to the Most High. Our spirit's freedom is more important to me than my selfish gain. Loving you is loving me. God can make solid what your demons came to destroy. I pray in the spirit for you, healing our life force energy, because love can set us free. And that's that piece.
Thank you so much, Heather, for starting us off with that strong piece. Next up, we're going to pass the mic to Juan. Juan, the mic's on you.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. We're going to get started with some business. What's this business? Andrea Lee, you got something going on right now.
Oh, I'm currently number one in the favorite chef competition. So this is tonight. I don't know if I go to the finals. So I'm excited. I've been number one since competition began. So I'm trying to hold on to that number one spot and take the win.
So how does that number one happen? From voting,
So people
right?
just have to go and vote. If you had, even if you have my food or you support me, you just go vote. And it goes towards a good cause, your vote, and things like that. So I'm excited.
Uh,
He just put me on the spot. I never talk about myself or what I'm
right.
doing.
Well, you gonna do that. That's what I'm here for. We're gonna talk about you. Yes, it's a pleasure. Every week I've been doing this with Drea. She asked me to guest host, and then I was loving it so much I kept coming back. The benefit of it is that I was able to meet an incredible amount of poets that I was unfamiliar with. So this whole purpose is exactly what the title is. It's an artist connection. And we network with those that not just are local, but abroad as well. Like my partner that I'm getting ready to bring up uh, in a second. The first person that I'm bringing up, since we're doing this round robin, we're going up top and then coming down. So I did my little tic tac toe on my eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I said, okay, I'm going to introduce CC. So the next person that's coming up is Jasenia Chavez. I've heard your name and I've seen you in pictures. So I'm very happy to see you finally live. So let's go. Can you talk a little bit about yourself so I can know a little bit more for those that don't know? And then bless us, please.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored to be here with all of you. So my name is Jasenia Chavez. I'm a poet and I'm a 17-year veteran of LA Unified School District. I've been teaching kindergarten and first grade for a long time now, and I do a podcast. It's called Que Me Cuentas. It's a mostly Latinx storytelling podcast. And I just finished my first year of my MFA program at UCR. I decided to go back to school because I wanted to just like invest in myself and my writing, and took out them loans and I'm here back. So I've been working on my writing a lot more and like devoting my time to that, investing in myself. And as far as upcoming events, I have a couple. I wrote them down on a handy dandy post-it. August 19th, we're gonna have a live storytelling event at the Avenue 50 Studios here in Highland Park. And also, I'm gonna be a feature at the Rap Salon on September 1st, which is the first Friday of every month. And then we also have another live storytelling event on September 8th, and that's also gonna be Que Me Cuentas live storytelling. We do like kind of moth style storytelling. If you're familiar with the moth, you tell stories based on a theme. So our theme for our night coming up in August, it's called Que La Canción. It's about music, songs that have moved you, and it's all based on personal, true stories. Check us out on the podcast. Also come to the live event if you want to tell a story. We also have slots for a couple of storytellers to come and share. And it's just basically, my philosophy is really about sharing, being in community. I love this space because I think that one of the biggest things that I've learned, that I've gained from being in community with everyone, is that if they're not going to make something for us, we're going to make it our damn selves. And so I'm really happy to see that we show up for each other, we support each other. And yeah, so I'm going to start with, also have a book. It's called, sorry, I'm blurry, but it's called This Poem Might Save You Me, that I self-published with Alegría Publishing. And I've had it for about a year now. It's my baby, my yellow baby. I teach K1 if you can't tell. So this is glitter and nopales. I'm also a proud Chicanex. My family's from Chihuahua, Mexico. And we've been in Los Angeles. I was born and raised in LA. So I like to call myself an LA Mexican woman. I used to say girl, but I'm a woman, okay? All right, so I'll start off by sharing this poem here. Sorry, it's always like awkward when you're browsing through your book. Here we go. And I'm bilingual, so some of my stuff is Spanglish. Actually, I'm trilingual if you count Spanglish. So here we go. This is called My Confidence Has Grown. One day she showed up. She was always there, singing me a song to love, to play, to be. Tú sí puedes, me decía, pero no la escuchaba. Estaba sorda a sus gritos, a sus consejos, a sus empujones suavecitos hacia mi libertad. No la escuchaba porque lo demás la atrapaba, pero ella siempre estaba a mi lado, en el viento, en los pajaritos que cantan y las flores y las canciones de la radio, siempre allí sin tener que hacer nada más que respirar y sonreír. She was always there singing me a song. I just had to listen. Thank you.
I wanted that to be 30 minutes. Come on, you gotta give me some 30-minuters. Come on. That's and it's that was I loved it. You definitely are a teacher. 100%. I felt like a student. I was smiling. I think Justice saw me just smiling like a little kid. I couldn't contain it. I felt like it put the little star on my head right here, Miss Chavez. So
Thank you.
right, and it's unfair because I've been hearing so much. Thank you very much, Jacinia. I've been hearing so much about justice and justice rocking the house, and I heard about it today. And I want to introduce, but we got to do it within the realm of the proper setup. I'm gonna pass the mic back to Drea so she can introduce who I wanted to introduce. But that's another story. We're gonna do that on the circling of the block. Go ahead.
Justice can get 2 introductions. When it's time for Justice to go next, you can introduce Justice again. Now,
Word.
introducing Justice. First let me tell you a little story. When I first saw Justice perform, oh my God, it was just fire. I'm telling you, when Justice was on the mic, I was paying attention. I wasn't playing with my phone. I wasn't on social media. I was listening to every word that was dropped because she tells a story that is relatable. And for as much of her wisdom that she has to be so young in her words, in her performance, in her truth, fire, dope. Yesterday, y'all missed it. Another fire performance. And this is every time, like, Justice, you got to be on my show. Like, you cannot miss this. We have to see you. And I know, is going to get better and better and better. And I don't think she could get any better than she already is. But
That's
watch
crazy.
when she drops this fire. Justice, tell us about yourself, how you got started with poetry, where you want to go, what you have going on in the community, and when you're going to drop that fire book.
Oh wow!
Bless her mind.
First of all, wow, just y'all don't know what someone goes through. So when y'all speak these words of affirmations and encouragements, you don't know the dark spaces people go through. So I'm just want to say thank you for letting God use y'all to just kind of bless me and be the voice I needed to hear today. So I appreciate all the kind words. Like she said, my name is Justice. I go by Defining Justice. I gotta shout out my hometown. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, but I reside in LA. I love it here. It's been a blessing so far. Juan, first of all, your eyes are piercing, bro. They're so incredibly dope and captivating. You have some beautiful eyes, my friend. Also, for clarity, I go by she, her, hers pronouns. So a little bit about what I do. I'm a spoken word poet and brand manager. It's crazy. I'm my day job is marketing and brand management, but I was asking for revelation around how do I tie in my passion of poetry to my brain work, and I figured it out. So what I do is I help brands storytell, and I let poetry drive the narrative. So I've been featuring a couple campaigns, but outside of that, I do a lot of performances. I speak at a lot of universities, schools, and the best way to support me is to follow me at Defining Justice. And if you have a school or college or university that needs connecting with someone who could teach storytelling or in the D&I space, particularly I'm your girl. So that's kind of what I do. The book is on the way. So got a couple of projects that I'm working on that I can't wait to announce soon as well. So again, just tap in with me. I'll get right to the poetry if that's cool. Everyone was so lighthearted, and I'm about to come in and be a little vulgar if that's okay. If that's okay, y'all said it's grown people's spaces. So this is one of my favorite poems, and it really kind of shows you my journey as a masculine of sense or lesbian woman. So I'll go into that. Also, a woman that's of faith as well. So you'll hear that as well in this poem. So it goes. She cried while she orgasmed, mad at herself for wanting me, but happy she got something out of it. I cleaned my couch the next day, ridding it of common tear stains. I was too prideful to sit in the mess I made. I made straight girls question their identity. Their mistake was allowing me to lay in their beds too late at night, then watching me leave too early in the morning with no plans on returning. My mistake was making them believe that I was. They would make up their beds right after, then make up with me the next day, even when they knew that in their sheets I've laid and lied in. I mistook her for a mic, telling her things because they sound good, even though I knew it wouldn't feel that way tomorrow. I would say, I love you, because I was good at leading her on, but never stayed around for her to follow. Now she questions who she is and whose she is. She questions if she should call me back or call on God. Meanwhile, I do both. But my prayers are never answered. Unlike my phone, when she calls, when we talk, she says that we are sinning. And it's not about women loving women. It's about me not knowing how to love a woman at all. So I apologize to the mothers who wanted me to date their sons, but I got in beds with their daughters. Their sheets still cover beings who look like me. I'm still waiting on an apology for some of my family. My auntie, who I love, wrote a letter to express her disappointment in whom I love. Her pen pinned up my sexuality by the neck, sealed the envelope with a God kind of conviction, but never stamped it with her approval. She said there's no haircut or pair of pants that could stop me from being the beautiful woman God intended for me to be. Like God intended for me to shop in the women's section of Zara, not the men's. Like God intended for there to even be a Zara. I wanted to write back and ask, well, what about the straight girls who cut their hair to go natural? Does our hair determine our femininity or the lack thereof? Did God intend for us to wear makeup or play make-believe when we dress up in someone else's clothing? Like, I believe I'm more woman today. With my Fendi skirt, with my Birkin purse, the only thing worse than not dressing like a woman is actually being a woman and loving one. But I bet my auntie doesn't know that my woman has loved me harder than any man's strength ever could. And my woman has loved me through situations my family forgot to pray about. And I forgot to pray about this too. How conflicting it is to know that she's my only auntie who mails me cards to say, I'm thinking of you. So I apologize to myself because I fuck girls who never fuck girls who say only like fuck boys. I know fuck boys who have fucked over themselves by defining masculinity by who and how often they fuck. I know women who fuck to feel love. I know love has us all fucked up. Because when I chose a woman, I thought I traded in my faith for a first date. I thought I misplaced my breastplate of righteousness, so I picked up the pride flag. I held both liberation and frustration in my hand. When deep down I knew that after the storm, the rainbow really was God's promise. Meanwhile, mine I could never keep. I made women fall in the deep end knowing I didn't know how to swim. The greatest commandment became my greatest sin. So it seems that I failed to truly commit my life to Christ or a wife. The shame of my sexuality transformed into the pain I caused on who I claimed to love. My wrongdoing was no longer who I was, but who I allowed myself to become. So when she cried, Jesus wept. The following Sunday, I went down to the altar, altered my confession, asked for forgiveness, and then I cried too. Thank y'all.
Woo! I told y'all it was gonna be fire.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Woo. All right. The mic's back on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We're coming back next week. Woo! Good Lord. Justice. That's justified. The next person that's coming up, and I'm going to try my best not to take 45 minutes to do this. Met her on Clubhouse. She knew my name was AJ. She attached a my to the AJ. And it was like 2 or 3 days. My AJ. Thank you, my AJ. And I was like, hey, what's going on here? What you, how you just gonna possess me in 3 days? What's happening here? And then I realized that from how she came up, where she grew up, and how she grew up, her kindness, her consideration, her generosity, being present and being supportive and engaging for everybody, she does feel the possession. And she calls many. It got to a point where she was calling so many people mine. I was like, hey, calm that down. You only got like 5 miles. And I was like one of the first ones. Don't be mine everybody now. Estela Victoria Cordero from West Sacramento. I wanted to say a shout out to you and Nicole Brookins, who's always giving us love every week. And Alicia, that's your partner right there? Estella? Oh, okay.
Estella is all our partners. She is a
Oh.
dope poet.
Mm-hmm. Estella,
Okay.
and then one of my students is also watching as well.
Oh, okay. So this woman, one of the most prolific poets I've heard, because I may have heard at least 150 poems. She writes daily, literally. You know, people say I write daily, but they write like once every 7 days, once every 6 days, not really daily. She writes daily. And so many different subject matters, so versatile and very sweet and kind and just a wonderful friend. So I would like to introduce my Sierra.
Thank you, my AJ. Hi, everybody. Hi, queens and kings in the space. This is such a vibe. I've been over here snapping and just hyped. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you for having me. A little bit about myself. I'm Sierra. I'm from South Bend, Indiana. I'm a professional dancer, model, singer, rap. I draw. I'm very artsy. I've got to open up for artists, Benny Benazzi, Little Romeo and the College Boys. I got to open and close for Rico Chappelle. He's a fashion designer. He's really awesome. And I do poetry as well. Just a lot of fun things. And today for you guys, I'm going to do some poems. One. And I hope you guys like it. So this is titled, I Know Who He Is. And I hope you guys like it. Here we go. They say there's beauty in the beast if you believe in a rose. So I chose him, but he couldn't arose to the equation because his frustration was my hesitation to actually say I do. All the things that he did, that he said that I do, is just not a part of my equation. So I started to do the math, and he never equaled to what he continued to divide between my legs because he couldn't see the prize. So he looked me deep in my eyes and he tried to realize what it is that keeps him captivated with me. And I told him, because you see the real me, but you can't see you. Because the view that you show others is a very screwed image. And every time you look in the mirror, it breaks in shambles because you are gambling your luck with all these other women. You see, he had many secrets. Victorias that like to be in laces, and he had all of these women just tripping on their own laces because they didn't realize that he had so many shoes with the same different sizes. You see, he didn't really care if it fit your shoes. He was the one person that allowed you to be hurt like a Cinderella, sitting there crying and really frustrated and trying to figure out why. Why is it that you cannot commit to me? Why is it that you cannot see the real me? It's because he cannot see who he is. But still, you are conflicted. You keep tripping on every comma he continues to add in your sentences when you are the exclamation point to all of your sentences. But still, you tell him that you are all of his. But why? Why give your time? Why give all of you to someone that doesn't view you as his? Why is it that you keep telling yourself that it's going to work, that things are going to change when he doesn't see you on his watch? He ticks with everybody's tickings. He doesn't have certain amount of pickings because he likes everyone that he dates. So again, why is it that you want to be his sunset when he doesn't know what means to have a son and set in a right type of behavior? You see, he's like most of those dads that say they're there for their child, but then they're not really even there for a while. Like sometimes they'll just get up and leave and not even think about what they've done to another seed. See, he's okay with watering you with so much love, but then when you start to break and start to shake because he doesn't know what a family tree is supposed to be, he just leaves you broken like branches on the ground. He doesn't care if you are well-rounded or well-rounded in what you should be. He knows that he can be the triangle that gets you frustrated and tripped on the eye that he sees, because his three eyes is missing the pyramid that says that you're on top, that you matter, that you should be the queen that sees all of the things that God has created for you, but still you are conscrewed because the definition of him is mispronounced, it's misjudged, because he shows everyone a different side that they have never seen. So I'm asking you, do you really want to be that woman that is used? Because when you are abused and treated like you're more than nothing, then why do you keep pulling someone when they don't think about you in any amount of their time? There's 24 hours in a day. Don't waste a second on someone who doesn't think you're worth their time. Boom. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. That was long. I wasn't sure.
What's that?
No, I said my apologies if that was long. I wasn't sure how long you guys.
Oh no. Everybody that comes up here, we set the tone. Whatever tone it is, the tone is set by you. We don't have restrictions. We don't have restraints. There's no subject matter. No, whatever's on your mind, this is your time.
It is not a controlled space.
Zero.
We're here for the artist. Whatever you feel.
Beautiful, CC. Beautiful. Absolutely. I'm going to pass the mic over to the chef.
Thank you so much, Sierra, for that piece. Dope.
Gratitude, queen.
Next up, coming to the mic, I also had the privilege of seeing McKean at a couple of events in Fire. Just his wordplay, his performance. And you're going to get some of this today. McKean, you are up next to the mic. Tell us about yourself, what you got going on in the community, if you have any books coming out, any upcoming events, and then bless our mic.
Appreciate it. What's good, everyone? Thank you for the invite. It's really dope being a creative space, being able to be amongst other poets. Always a privilege. Like Drea said, my name is McKean. I am a medical student. I just started this summer. And so that's kind of like what I do in terms of my quote unquote day job. So we just started on that journey, but I've always been a poet. I have been writing since high school, and started performing again starting in 2019. Obviously, once the pandemic hit, we had to kind of reorient, refocus our lives. But that's when I found myself writing the most to help make sense of the world and help me process the things that were going on. I would say, for the personal, like my writing is meant to help me ground and help me be able to make sense of the things going on in my life. But in terms of, outside of myself, I view my writing as a way to be able to connect with others and be able to teach, but also, connect, between people's experiences. I write a lot about Black heritage, love, liberation, lineage. Those are things that really call to me and that I feel connected to in my writing. And I hope when I perform and when I share my writing, it connects with others in that same way. I'm going to actually be performing for an event. I'm a part of a feature lineup for an event that's upcoming called Kindred Spirits 2. It's on Men of Purpose and Positive Masculinity. Shout out to the poet Lords, who's putting it on with Open Heart Spoken Word Collective. That's going to be on August 5th, starting at 6:30 in Hollywood area, I think. So really, really excited about that one. And I do have a book. It is called Lay Me Down by the Water. It is currently not on print right now, but the focus of that book is essentially on, it's a collection of poems exploring Black people's connection to the water in terms of life and liberation. And so I'll be re-releasing. That's the word. Re-releasing that poetry book for print. Hopefully before the end of summer. Yeah. And with that, I guess I'll jump into a poem. This one's called "Blessed and Highly Favored." Praise be to the $15.10 left in my bank account. Praise be to the $405 overdrawn. Praise be to the 10 cents I got in savings. Praise be. Praise be to bean and cheese burritos and $5 pollo bowls, box of Wheaties, sodium fortified oodles and noodles. Praise be to an empty belly turned back to full. Praise be. Praise be to the check that don't bounce. Praise be to having a job to work on the weekends. Praise be to knowing your car is safe because the repo man got it. Praise be the fact that you can still get it back. Praise be. Praise be for the heater and a roof in the cold. Praise be for the 200% upcharge from the gas company in the winter. Praise be to the shade of the avocado tree on summer days, bringing cool shade to save us from our heat lamp of a sun. Praise be that it is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Praise be for streets surging into rivers in the winter when it wet season rains us out of drought. Praise be to the potholes on La Brea, proof we got out the drought. Praise be for the shelter I have. Praise be to the thousands of empty homes, empty rooms across the city ringing hollow, hollering to become whole. Praise be, we might one day give houseless folks their homes. Praise be to the ones who lost their homes, the ones who couldn't keep up with their credit card, loan, mortgage, car, payday debt, mental debt, emotional debt. Praise be, I only got 5 out of the 7 that I mentioned. If I had them all, I might not have a roof no more to praise. I wonder if they got discount coupons for inalienable rights. How much empty lots cost and if we could use them to build homes, and how many gardens it takes to feed all the families in the hood. I wonder if they wanted to sell Compton Gardens land to starve the hood. I wonder how much it takes to take back what was ours to begin with. Praise be for a vision. Praise be the pride to keep my head up still. Praise be that your father and brother know how it feels. Praise be the sunlight is still free on your skin. Praise the air. Praise the seas and the trees. Praise be the days that follow after the next. Praise be the ones that aren't ever guaranteed. And if gratitude saves, then this is no time to mourn. So praise, so praise, so praise, and praise, 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 praise.
Thank you so much for that piece, reminding us that we have a lot to be thankful for. Thank you so much. Passing the mic back to Mr. Warren. The mic's on you.
100%. McCain, that was beautiful, brother. That's it. We have to acknowledge the blessings and those that don't look like blessings up front in our face. So, beautiful, beautiful. Next poet coming up, since Estella is everybody's friend except mine, I love the storytelling too. And we're just communicating through the little messages here. She's sending a shout out to Jacinia. I feel like I'm so lonely here. Yeah, I got my new friends. I got Heather, Jacinia, Justice, McKean, and of course, Cece, Andrea. The new friend, my newest friend, is right here. Her name is Analicia Aguiar.
Hi, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Hello. I can hear you
Hi.
fine.
Awesome. Well, I'm Analicia Aguilar. I am a poet, a screenwriter, and producer. So, yes, I'm dealing with the strike right now because I do work at a studio. And I'm getting my Master's of Fine Arts in Screenwriting right now. Great time to graduate with a writing degree. But we stick it out and we hold true and we deserve to get paid. But I'm at a non-union studio, so I still got work. So I'm okay. I'm paying the rent. Um, So outside of my master's program, I also have my bachelor's in acting. So yep, also a SAG actor strike. So we're pushing the poetry right now a lot because everything else, not a scab. So making sure that my book is going to come out this fall with Riot of Roses Publishing House. That is my face. She's my baby. I wrote this book during a program called CLI, the Community Literature Initiative, which a lot of us have been in and or know about. I was in season 9 with Kamari Carter Hawkins as my professor, and then I was a teacher's assistant this last season for season 10. And it was a great time to get to speak at the Beach City Writers Conference. I am a poet about surviving trauma, social advocacy, and I'm a big person, like a big feminist. Rah. Let me get my anger out for a second. But I also love to teach poetry. I love to teach writing. That's why I went back to school to get my degree to teach, because we know it within the artist community, it's not necessarily about your degrees and titles, but it unless you want to teach, but it's about your passion, and it's about what, like, just constantly putting it on the page and failing and getting better. And that's what I love to do. And since it is Disability Pride Month and I am a disabled person, I will read a piece from my healing chapter called My Style Is. So here we go. My style is deadly with a touch of feminine, something only the great Greek goddess Persephone and I will ever know. We are both queen of the dead and bringer of life. Fertility goddesses doomed to never have children with the ones we love. My style is all bark and all bite because I'm tired and angry that the very ability to conceive is killing me, tearing me apart, mind, body, and soul. My style is death and destruction, and I wear it well because I'm exhausted from everyone saying I would be a great mother when I will never bear fruit. My style is black with a touch of purple because I can't stand the sight of baby blue or light pink anymore. My style is a smile where my sneer should be because I can't trust my own reactions anymore. My style is surviving PMDD mood swings because my brain is telling me to kill myself 2 weeks out of the 4. My style is pelvic floor physical therapy because my muscles spasm so violently I can't use tampons anymore. My style is double-tied hospital gowns because I need MRIs so often the receptionist knows me on the first floor. My style is icy ultrasounds looking for answers because something is controlling the dark side of my uterus and it's winning the war. My style is vulva burning on fire because my nerves can't tell if it's pain or pleasure anymore. My body can't tell what's pain or pleasure anymore because it is so tired of trying not to die. My style is survival, hanging on by comfy sweatpants and t-shirts. Because if all I do is open my eyes for that day, then that day was a motherfucking victory. My style is perseverance because if I wanted to die, I would have walked off that 3rd-story apartment window ledge 2 years ago, but I didn't. I'm still here. My style is light and love because if all I do in this world is leave the room a little brighter than when I had entered it, then I know I served my time here well. Thank you.
Very compelling. I need a t-shirt that says my style is survival. That's cold, ain't it? That's a cold line.
Yeah.
My style is survival. I gave it to you, Annalisa.
Thank you
That's
so much for
beautiful.
sharing your truth with us. That was beautiful.
That's right. Next on the mic is Andrea.
I'm not on the mic.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm
Excuse
gonna do
me.
a quick poem for you guys.
Boom.
I
Okay.
wasn't ready. So I'm gonna do the poem that I like. Well, I'm gonna do my us poem. It's too much air in between. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready. Come on.
This poem is titled "Us" for my new book collection, titled um, "Connections Between Us." Us. They labeled us, banded us, abused us, owned us, used us, turned us, separated us. In my lifetime, I have never been mistreated, disrespected, turned on, used, cursed, put down, led astray by no one other than my own race. I never knew what it felt like, the betrayal, the envy, the jealousy, the disregard, the lies, the backstabbing, the mistrust, and it all came from us. I was taught that they were the bad ones. They were the racist ones. They were the ones that were disregarding me, put me down, lied on me, backstabbed me, betrayed me. I'm not saying that there aren't some racists out there that don't like me, but I've never had to be in a situation where I had to face fears in front of them. It's always been us. The nightmares walking, the psychopaths talking, the rapists, the child molesters, my mother, my father, my sister, my brothers, my coworkers, us, my own race, where the people that looked like me turned on me, disregarded me, raped me, beat me, betrayed me, lied on me, gave up on me. But never have I ever given up on us. I still love us, stand up for us, fight for us. All it takes is just one of us to change the way we think about us, how we feel about us, how we love us, how we connect with us, how we treat us, how we are there for us, how we show up for us, how we build with us, how we value us, how we are loyal to us. It's time for us to change us, change the stigma about us, control the narrative. No more nightmares, no more fears, no more tears. Build trust in us. And that's my piece.
Oh.
And next up, coming. So this, I'm gonna tell you about the piece that I wrote. I'm always looking for a better way to make everybody come together and do right by each other instead of having like the jealousy or the envy. I don't know what that feel like because I've never been that person, and I just see the talent in everybody. So I want to create a space my whole life where everybody just can come together and do great things with one another. So I've been in situations many a times where you have people that you help or try to help, and then they turn on you for the people that just stab them in the back. And I was just so confused about that. Like, I don't understand. So just putting everything that I suffered through in my life into a poem, but not allowing that to change the person that I am. Because no matter what I go through, no matter what one person or a group of people did to me, that's not the whole entire community. So I can't judge people off my experiences. I still try to be the person that I am wholeheartedly. So that's where my us poem came into existence. And that's why we're here today, because I believe in us and I want to change that about us. Thank you, Estella. All right. Next up to our mic, since we want to mix it up, is AJ. One.
I think my microphone is messed up, but y'all can't hear me, right?
We can hear you.
I'm up here trying to. I think I need to defer. I want to hear Heather, so I'm gonna pass the mic over to Heather. Heather
No,
P.
we not let him get out of it. The mic's on AJ. Let's go, AJ.
There's too much space in between. Y'all not gonna be cheerleading me. Oh, that don't work like that. I'm the co-host up in here. The
AJ,
next
do us
person
one
that's
of your
coming up,
freestyle pieces. Let them
I'm
hear you
coming.
freestyle.
I'm coming around the way. Nah, my freestyle is gonna be 45 minutes. Nah, we got to do this and be respectful of the time. We doing the second roll around.
Okay, the second roll around, and after that, it's on AJ. So we're gonna mix it up though, so we can introduce people that we didn't introduce.
All right.
So next up to the mic is Justinia. Bless her mic again.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Okay, I have a piece that I like to do. Maybe you've heard it, and it's I wrote it because Selena is, one of my most very Chicana icons that and I won't explain too much. I'll just get into it, but she means a lot to me and to a lot of people. And here we go. It's called Gracias, Selena. Selena, la pocha, la mexicana, la tejana. When you died, it was a tragedy. Sorry, I forgot all the words. Let me start over. Okay, I'm back. Selena, la pocha, la tejana, la mexicana. When you died, what a tragedy. I was in the car with my best friend when they announced on the radio that you were gone. Selena, we lost a bright star, and late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you and your dark hair and your dark eyes and curves. And I thank you because we didn't have many Mexican American Spanish singing, English speaking, cantantes, bailadoras, y con mucho estilo like you. Your presence, popularity y película con J-Lo inspire me and make me cry, pero no me queda más que aguantar bien mi derrota y brindarte felicidad. Gracias, thank you, because I see me when I hear you. My nieces see themselves, se emocionan. Ya no razonan, y tu voz siempre vivirá. You live beyond your body's death, and your beautiful Tejana face and name is on t-shirts and earrings and pins and keychains, lipsticks, loterias, air fresheners. Even Pinchi culture vultures be repping you. And with our holy Chicana trinity of La Virgen, La Frida, y Selena forever, we dance like Tecnocumbia with a shiny bra and red lipstick. Big hair, big hoop earrings, sin apologies. No matter if you were Jehovah. I mean, so was Prince, right? You, Selena, with your controlling father and amor prohibido, all so relatable. I want to dance and cry and sing con gusto to remember that I matter, I'm brown and I'm beautiful, and my sisters and brothers are too. And for this, I thank you. Pero, ay, como me duele.
Thank you so much for that piece. AJ, the mic's on you.
Coming to the stage, rock the house. I so wanted to be there last night over at the spot, but I enjoyed that first piece. It was so compelling. And now for the run back, we're going to define some justice with defining justice.
Yo, thank you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna switch it up this time. I'm gonna do this piece I wrote. I told y'all as a brand manager, I work for this really big Fortune 300 company, global branded food company, and I wrote this poem just about my experience in that space. So just bear with me through this poem. And I shortened it quite a bit, not quite a bit, but I took out the beginning. So we'll just get right to it. All right. I have black hands in a white room. Hands that are tired of shaking others that question how firm my grip is. They are bruised from constantly trying to get a grip after some firm tells me that I wasn't firm enough in the meeting. But if I talk more sternly, it can be mistaken for getting too worked up, and this type of work don't pay enough each day. I'm reminded that I'm the sequel of people who paved ways, handed me a blueprint, and a hand-in-hand prayer. We pray that I won't be treated different. Even though I may look different or love differently than they do, these hands turn prune from always being the only hands of its kind in a room. These hands don't type at the right pace or write the right words, so things always go left. See, I've tried to not overstep, but these feet These feet done took me places that my great grandmas didn't make it far enough to see. I still followed in her footsteps. She cleaned for a living, just a straighten up messes she's never made. It's funny that you may call her that. But she taught my family that sometimes you have to finish things you've never started. Sometimes you have to fix the very things that try to break you and do it with the type of dignity that can move past it, even without getting over on the very people who made it get to this point in the first place. It's no surprise that she would hum Amazing Grace right in the face of iniquity. She knew that she would find people who were once lost. She knew that she would give sight to the blind. She sang because she knew her sweet sound would save the wretched like me. She showed me that these feet can walk over any feet, that these feet can walk into a room without ever getting invited in, take a seat at the table just to go back home and build its own. So I'm minding my Black owned business. My common sense just may be tired of being your token. Now these feet touch cold wooden floors at 6 a.m. after my hands wipe off any remaining sleep. I start prepping for the workday just in time to save. I shower off yesterday's opposition and clothe myself in the optimism of today. Past heartaches can only motivate me harder. In doing so, I honor those who are okay with being the first, even if they were looked at last. What if ceilings were never made of glass? What if ceilings were never really made at all? What if the sky had no limit? Just fly? What if these hands were held on by wings? What if to be human meant that you don't have to second guess your being no matter what rooms you be in? What if we can go back to the beginning of how this all came to be? So when I leave my house for the morning commute, I do it to break bread and commune with my community, and I save while humming Amazing Grace. Thank y'all.
Dope.
So I'm minding my Black owned business is another t-shirt. We just making all the Drea, we gotta create a t-shirt business. We got 3 very high selling shirts because Jacinia said another one is I believe in us. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. Drea, mic's on you.
All right. We're going to take it back to Heather. Now, Heather is so sweet. I had the opportunity of meeting her in person. I met her in person before because we're in the same circle, but just every single time it's the same greeting vibe. She's so just warm and welcoming. Such a beautiful smile that captures the whole room. And of course, her poetry is on fire. And I have her book somewhere in my living room on my shelf. I think from the Sims Library of Poetry, her book was one of the first books that captured my attention. Just the lion being on the cover, and I love yellow. So she got me right there before I even read. I said, "Who wrote this book?" And then just getting to see her and what she does on social media, such a beautiful spirit. Up next to Bless Her Mike is Heather P.
That's so beautiful. Thanks, Trina. Yes. Well, I am a Leo, a double Leo sun, Leo rising, Mars and Gemini, but that's another story. So, my first book is about love and my journey to love, and that love being me, love, and dating and all the things of that nature, right? So that was published in 2016, and life, and I think it's been in the last, well, I don't know. I am sweet, thank you, and I also talk a lot of shit. I'm a Leo, and that Mars and Gemini, buddy. So a lot, and I also have this programming because I was in the church for a long time. So there's this layers of peeling stuff off, and is it okay for me to say this out loud? And I think in the last 3 years, I really have activated so much of my heart, my soul, and definitely my throat chakra. And this piece is So if you read my book, you're not going to get this piece. My next book, maybe. And I'll just give it to you. I like to spit. I thought it cool in elementary school when Lynette and Suzanne could let their spit out, hang there for seconds, and then slurp it up. I could do it too. I practiced at home. I learned to spit loogies. I practiced that too. My mom told me not to. She scolded me. She said it wasn't ladylike. She said that to me when I sat in the chair, my legs parted open wide. I was comfortable. I was open. She told me not to do that. She told me to cross my legs. She told me to sit like a lady. I felt angry. Why do the boys get to sit wide open? Why doesn't she tell my brother to stop spitting, stop being open? Why doesn't she scold my father about burping or farting? When did they scold the nature from her? I think this is when I learned to modify, to fit in, to look good, to be more concerned about how she feels than what is natural to my soul. I think this is when I learned to repress my expression. I think this is when I learned that the world expects more from girls than boys. Time lapse. I'm 16. I feel my sexual energy rising in my being. I have no idea what to do with it. I like it, like how I like to spit. It's like I knew it without knowing or learning because no one talked about it, not to me, not about the energy I felt or the arousal stirring me. I learned then that the world has different rules for boys about sex, like how dare I be aroused, or how dare I know my power, or how dare I spit. Yet the boys would ask of us what that mouth do, or demand our nakedness to appease them. I learned how to guard myself from unwanted attention, from gazing eyes and degrading remarks. Confusion held me. Playboy magazines graced the bathrooms in my house. Naked women everywhere, sensuality, sex, and then outside of my house, I saw it all to be different. The Playboy bunny desired and then abused, degraded, and shamed. Women objectified, sexualized, and then told to behave. Misbehaving is punishable by abuse and worse, withholding. Love, affection, and acceptance. Yet my spit is not different or worse because I am female, because I am girl, because I am woman. My sexual desire and my prowess is not different, nor is it less than a man's. My sex is good. My sex is transcendent. My sex is wild and dirty. My sex is divine and it is sacred. And even if my sex was bad, I am not. It is okay for girls to spit. It is okay for girls to sit with legs wide open and hang out. It is okay for women to love sex. It is okay for women to enjoy arousal, their desire, and themselves. Everything else is a lie to keep us small. Everything else is a lie to keep us well behaved. Stepford wives are fake. Stepford wives uphold the patriarchy. I refuse to be phony. I refuse to be caged. I refuse to be told how to behave. The patriarchy can keep its conditions, its hypocrisy, its oppression. I spit it at you. I spit at your lies. I spit at your harm. I spit at you. And I am well practiced. And that's that piece.
Thank you so much for that piece, Finding Yourself. I feel it. I feel it. Up next on the mic, I'm going to pass the mic to AJ Wong to introduce our next poet. AJ, the mic's on you.
We got another lioness up in there, another Leo, and her birthday is coming up in a few days. She got a whole bunch of stuff going on. This woman is well loved across the country. So, what you got going on? It's yeah, you have something this Sunday, right?
Yeah, I do. I am on Clubhouse. I'm doing a birthday room on Clubhouse this Sunday, and it's a competition. Whoever does the best poem for me for my birthday, we did it last year, and it was amazing. And I also have some fashion shows coming up in a couple of weeks, so I'll be practicing for that. We just had like the IBE fashion show here in Indianapolis, which was pretty dope. So we have some things in the works, and then I am going to start dancing again. So I have to open up for some artists, and yeah, so I'm in that, and I'm also actually in the work of writing a book. I have one of my friends helping me. I'm not done yet, but I have so many poems. I felt like, yeah, it has to be somewhere. I got to put it somewhere. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right
At
now.
least 2,000, and she battling somebody right around her birthday. Like,
I am this
yeah, battling
person talking.
somebody on her birthday. You
Name
see
is
how
Tyler.
cold? Yeah, she a killer. She a killer. Next up on the mic is the killer,
Yeah.
Sierra.
Yeah, we're gonna be battle rapping too, so that'll be interesting.
Oh,
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna do "Breaking Away from the Madness." That's what it's titled. So yeah, here we go. I was breaking, and I don't kit kat with my bars. I was tired of sparring and being the madness to everyone's game, so I started making plays for myself. I figured that I shouldn't try to catch everyone's bait and watch them eat good while I stood disrespected. See, I've been drowning in seas and oceans and waves, and everyone waves and says hi if they need me to give them a pass and show them how things always last if you're actually there for someone. But no one's really there for me. I asked them, did you see me today? Did you ask me how my heart is? Did you ask me if I need something? Why is it that you only think about yourself? They told me that they can only see themselves because I allowed them to speak their mind. But even if I allow you to speak your mind, why is it that you pop out my bubble of thoughts just because I said I had something to say? You see, when you continue to blow out bubbles just for you, like you are a child and you love to see the bubbles fly in the air and you don't care what other people think, and that's okay. But when will you grow up? The world around you is already grown up. Until you decide to look within yourself and ask yourself, why is it that I'm selfish? Why is it that I hold myself to everybody's inches but don't walk in my own shoes any time of the day? Why is it that you don't pray for yourself but you expect others to pray for you? Why is it that you keep asking me what you should or should not do? Why isn't it that you're looking within yourself? I asked them, why is it that you look to me to be you? Everything I do isn't just to be viewed by you. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I walk around with my head held high because my crown is a different type of crown. I don't go to liquor stores. I don't get drunk off of how I feel. I say what I feel like it's a reel of movies that you didn't even know was popping because my corn has a field of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vegetables. Because you see, I know that I am more than just a person. I'm a beautiful fruit. I'm a beautiful fruit that is also being rooted within the ground. See, I have grounds of standing on my own. My tone is very loud. I'm very proud to be myself. I don't trust anyone else because even when I give you all that I have within me, you still look at me and say, but did you hear what I had to say? When I'm looking at you in every single way, I'm telling you, I see you. Hi, hi. Are you doing good? But you still stood as if you're waiting for something more. Why is it that you always ask yourself, you need more from me? But when I ask you, can you give me just a little bit of your time? You don't have the time to give. Is it because you don't understand that just because I was made of your rib, that I don't always have to listen to everything you say? And just because you are my best friend or the girl that shows me what to wear, it doesn't compare me to you because I always dress myself in my own clothes. I don't need someone to have a wardrobe and tell me this is how it should be. See, my television tells me before a television can tell me their vision of who I should be. I don't really pay attention to all of the black and white. I put color because I know that my rainbow has promises that don't need a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So ask yourself, when is it that you're going to allow someone else to be seen? And it's okay if I'm Casper the friendly ghost. I'm okay with standing there and you not even seeing me because I know who sees me, who created me, who loves me more than anything in this world. You see, I look beyond these planets. That's why these big dippers want to see what I have inside my legs, because those are stars. And that's probably why I connect and I align with everything that is coming up my spine and I allow me to sit in my own freedom. You see, if you can't respect me and make sure that you know that when I rose, it parks. And even if you try to lock me up, I still will scream freedom because I don't see chains. Because my chains is something that's connected to something that you can't understand. That's why you can't wear it around your neck, because it belongs to me. And what belongs to you belongs to you. So ask yourself again, when you make time, it won't be all about you. Sometimes people need you to ask them how they're feeling, because you never know what they're dealing with. Sometimes they're falling down, really down on the ground, and don't know how to get back up again, because every slide they slide down tells them that they shouldn't have. Because when it falls down, a lot of things come down, and it's not just the rain. It's pain within themselves. And they need you to help them too. So again, stop worrying about you all the time and breaking everyone else. Because when you break everyone else, we understand that you can't hold hands with yourself. And when you make those type of circles, you can't be a part of a circle. Poem. Thanks, guys.
It's a whole bunch of stuff going on right
Yeah.
here. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Now, there's been times that Cece has done some poetry, and she might drop a line and she'll just freestyle right up in there, and you'll never know.
Yeah.
I'll know, but it's incredible. And then when you listen it, because with Clubhouse it's audio, so you don't see her. Her poetry, there's a general body of work with her poetry where, because in there you heard some political, you heard some sensuous, she got a little freaky towards the tail end, and then she got real, came right back with it. The Big Dippers ain't gonna go between my legs. She started off with the, I don't Kit Kat with my bars, and then it kind of made you like cry a little bit. You like the DMX of poetry, because DMX come in, he go "Rrrr," and everybody get hyped up, and then so, see, just
That's why I
Justice,
mess with you.
Justice, come on,
I
see,
love me some DMX.
I already know. See, Justice, we already okay,
Justice knows how to
okay,
get justice going with them DMX.
for sure, for
Hey, I
sure.
got you. I'm here.
100%, 100%.
Love it.
So it's such a range of emotions with your poetry, and you've definitely channeled that, because you make everybody who listens to your work feel like a schizophrenic. You know what I mean? Like multiple personalities. We laughing, we crying, we that the horror of that mother, and just going through the changes in one poem. Yeah. What you think, Drea? This my people over here. What you think about this? You my people, Drea. This my other people right here.
I thought it was fire. And even Heather put in the comments, I don't Kit Kat with my bar. So we was all feeling that line. And then just going on an emotional roller coaster, like you said, I was just feeling it. So I know I'm feeling it. Everybody out there feeling it. Kwani, she posted the mic, dropped the mic in the comments and everything. So everybody feeling it. Yeah.
Queen
Queen Kwani is one of the dopest poets I know.
Yeah.
She made comments. She said you could drop the mic. It's all there.
100%. Drea, mic on you.
The mic is on me. So now I have the pleasure of reintroducing Angelica. Now, when we was in CLI and we used to be on like the Zooms and things like that, she always brought her beautiful poetry, heartfelt, but real at the same time. She's always so sweet and supportive on social media, always giving the likes. And that's what it's about. What are we here for if we're not sharing and hearting and liking and reposting? So I just appreciate, people like that. And I really appreciate you for that, for always showing the love. And community is all we have. So we have to be here to support each other. So bless our mic again.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so I do social media management, so I know how important it is to do that like, and I think a lot of the times we can use it for good and make it about community, because it's a negative space, but if you use it for the right things, it can can really like grow your friends, and it's been amazing to get to be here with all of y'all. I forgot to say my things coming up, so I made sure to write them down. With Riot of Roses Publishing House, who my book is signed with Brenda Vaca.
I love
Um,
Brenda.
yes, we love Brenda.
Yes.
We have a performance with Riot of Roses. It's our first performance together as a press, put on by the Latinas Writers Conference, and it'll be in Whittier. And it's a reading and a lit crawl, so we'll be going to two different bookstores, and that will be July 30th. I'll also be a featured poet for One Mic, One Globe with Voth, so August 31st.
Me too.
All right. Oh, hey. That's right. I know. I'm gonna be watching yours next week.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. And then I am in a spoken word tour with Alegria Publishing that will premiere in October, and my book will be coming out in October as well. So it's gonna be a busy month, as well as I'm graduating with my master's October 7th. So it's like October 7th is the graduation. The book release I think will be the 9th or the 10th. The show is the 13th, 14th, and 15th. It's just going to be like a whirlwind of things happening. But I was like, oh wait, I forgot to tell them what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot, so that's what I'm doing. But I did want to do a piece for like my hometown because Yesenia reminded me of, I am mixed race indigenous, Mexicana, Tejana. I'm from Texas originally, but I relocated to LA when I went to Performing Arts College, and I've stayed out here. But we'll do a piece about the borderlands between Texas and Mexico because my family's originally from Mexico, as well as like indigenous Mexico, like my great grandma. She a real one. So this is called Hora de Sangre. Hour of blood. Crimson ruby spilling over the Rio Grande, soil sodden with the accumulation of lost dreams from Americans and Mexicans alike, because blood does not hemorrhage by nationality. From 1910 to 1920, La Matanza possessed the Texas Ranger Organization, lynching thousands, all in the name of insurgency. Their first reaction to Mexico's revolution was tie the ropes tighter and hang them higher, a warning for all to see. Kill the Mexican, save the man. Tell me, mestizo, where are you really from? Tell me why your brown skin burns brighter in the bonfire than mine. Tell me why your brown beauty transmutes me into a demon at night. Tell me why I should not put a bullet in your brain and feed the buzzards for days. 5,000 souls. The brown ethnic cleansing that is never whispered in the pages of your history books. The screams of the ghosts in border towns aching to be remembered, for their spirits to be put to rest. It is not a coincidence La Llorona has been wailing for 500 years. There is always a fresh body to cry for. My great-grandpa was running guns with Pancho Villa as brown body after brown body piled high on both sides of the river. A human land bridge coyotes still trample on, cracking the skulls of the fallen just to escape to a promised land where we are not even wanted. My great-grandma fought the revolution with her wits and sharp tongue. Cornered by a patrol in the cotton fields, they asked her, "Where do your loyalties lie?" "Los diablos tejanos," she would spit. It was enough to save her from a noose. We all fight the revolution for the safety of our skin in separate ways. Some of us lose the battle, some of us win the war, and someday, some of us will finally know the blessing of never having to fight for our bronze humanity. Thank you. You can see that poem performed October 13th, 14th, and 15th with Alegria Publishing. Alegria Publishing. There you go. There's my selfish plug.
Beautiful, beautiful storytelling.
Thanks, y'all.
The mic is back on you, AJ.
All right. Now I'm going to reintroduce my brother, McKean.
Appreciate it. And Annalicia, just wanted to really affirm you for that poem. That was a beautiful poem. I think that what's been a really big major driver for me in terms of like my writing lately has been in terms of like understanding how the personal is also political, and how understanding our history is important in terms of um, orienting us towards where we should act towards a life that's more liberatory for ourselves, right? And so like stories of resistance, like stories of resilience, in the face of like systems, especially in terms of like white supremacy, capitalism, colonialism, like it's important to name those things, I feel, because if we don't, then we don't recognize how naming the thing is helpful in terms of understanding the reason why people act in the way that they do, or reasons why people have to navigate in their lives in the way they do, in terms of like whether it be in regards to poverty, whether it be in regards to conflict between each other, right? And so I feel like what I'm trying to explore more with my writing is in terms of navigating, the personal, and because poetry is like really empowering, right? So it's like when you're able to write about your experience and you're able to connect with other people, you're able to see each other, that's like very, very important, so that we could have like a feeling of high self-esteem. But then also like layering it, right, with understanding how does this connect to our society, how does this connect to the communities that we create, how does this connect to the way that we challenge or change systems so that benefits us, right? So I just wanted to name that and affirm you for that. I greatly appreciate it. And so this poem I'm gonna do, like I mentioned, I'm a med student. And I feel like for the most part, or for a good part, people really like doctors, but doctors aren't perfect. Doctors are flawed human beings that are under the same influences that all other humans are, especially in regards to the things like power, control, and harm. And I've been trying to tap into my anger more lately with my writing and my poems, and not shying away from that. It doesn't have to be about yelling, but tapping into anger is like understanding like, oh, like this is meant to like guide you in terms of how you challenge a given thing. And so, and the doctor said, "Don't you know that anybody from your side of the tracks dies quicker anyways?" And I didn't realize how prescriptive death sentences were these days, wrapped in the curves of some numbered zip code. And I've seen doctors write prescriptions for death to the sound of the Grim Reaper's sharpening scythe. And did you know that Black people are 2 times more likely to get heart disease than anyone else, but only in the US? And they tried to say it was all because of the slave scraps we call soul food. And they tried to say it was because we held more salt in our bodies, and how wrong all that was. And maybe it was just a Freudian slip from the guilt trip of remembering all the dead Africans they drowned in the Atlantic. And the stress is passed down by the generation, and we have been holding the trauma over generations. And I couldn't throw a rock far enough to hit a doctor's office for miles in the neighborhood where David grew up in. And redlining is colonization's great-great-grandchild. And there has never been a Black woman whose life I didn't fear for, and the same for any baby she did not yet have. And the irony is that Shelley lost Carson only after he was alive, and that half of all babies taken by CPS are Black, and how when Amir died after getting the wrong dose of something, the rumor has it the doctors dragged his remains underneath the bed to Frankenstein him into a new boogeyman to scare all the kids in children's hospital who didn't have insurance. And did you know that insurers and business people with no medical degrees sit on councils to decide who does and does not receive care based on a card with a policy number, and that a doctor can stand over someone dying slowly with their belongings in hand to pass to the charge nurse to send them home in a bag along with their discharge papers, and how terrifying it is that no one is guaranteed anything that might heal them in a land that was birthed out of their death. And I'm not saying all doctors are bad, but damn it, you're a bad one if you don't want to blow this shit up. And doctors only become salves on the wounds of our people when they crush themselves out of ego into grinded herbs of repentance. And my father never found much comfort in the arms of most things white, let alone a white coat. But how proud of me he was for showing how a stethoscope on my neck wasn't a noose in cosplay. And this, after him just being an arm's length away from a bullet from St. Louis hillbillies who thought it fun to make target practice out of a group of middle school boys playing basketball. And I know that is to say that those are only two sides of the same coin, depending on the day.
Fire. Fire.
Brother. That's something else. That's something else. There's so much in there.
Wordplay. And just the realness in his pieces. Dope.
That's right.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Yes. Up next to bless our mic again. Bring it, Justice.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
I have a request. Can I get a request?
Yeah, what's the request?
Can you do the poem from last night?
Okay. All right, I got you. Yeah, I can do the poem from last night. Let me just make sure. Let me see. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm gonna preface it like I prefaced it last night. You know, I want everyone to speak and say this, but you can say it on mute. Say, I know everything.
I know everything.
Thank you. And basically, if you believe in God or a creator or a higher power, you know that higher power, God, is all knowing. And if God's spirit dwells in us, right, then we have everything we need in order to kind of face life through our lived experiences, trusting our intuition, which is just the Holy Spirit kind of working through us. So I'm gonna give you all physics lessons. I'm not sure if y'all like physics in school, but we have a doctor on the phone, okay, or on the live. So maybe physics is your thing, but it wasn't my thing. But we're gonna do it. Okay, so it goes like this. Modern physics consists of two pillars. Classical physics, which describes the motion of massive beings like the stars and planets, and quantum physics, which governs the worlds of subatomic particles so micro they go unseen from naked eye. So these two theories describe their worlds in full accuracy, but fail when applied to each other. So all of these theologians and scientists search the cosmos to try to find out how these two theories collide, because on the other side will lie a theory that will whisper out secrets of the universe and answer all of life's questions. Mankind will finally hold the theory that will know everything. But what if to know everything is just simply believing that you and everyone else around you already do? Like, I know that my grandmother time traveled into heaven to smuggle the crumbs of God's patience and put it in her cupboard. Those crumbs became her chaos's leftovers. When things start to crumble, she holds on to peace from those pieces like there's no pain left for her to get over. We all know that we shouldn't sweat the small things, but we know that sweating be the easiest thing to do when things don't work out. How counterintuitive. When life don't go our way, we get in the way of our own. I know that people carry burdens because they know how it feels to be one. We know how to lay them down, but sometimes we choose not to. I know that my sister, she gained immunity to not making it. Throwing in the towel wasn't an option, so she picked up the towel to wipe off the mud she got out of. She coined the term sudden moms, but made it look like mothering didn't catch her by surprise. My sister is younger, but aged into my role model. She went from baby girl to superwoman all in the same year. We all know that some years move way too fast, but thank God that the years of hair perms, no offense, hair perms, sagging pants, colored skinny jeans, and double polo shirts are behind us. We all know that social media be distracting, but TikToks and Reels be the best way to turn sorrow into joy in less than a minute. We all know that be there in a minute really means give me another 30. We know that hitting your toe on the corner of a table really fucking hurts, but heartbreaks hurt worse. We know that R. Kelly did the same thing as some of our uncles, but we convinced ourselves to ignore it because he's the life of the cookout. We know that past trauma that go unaddressed will always find its way back to our home. I said we know that past trauma that goes unaddressed will always find its way back to our home, and the time is never convenient. We all know that someone is out there coloring the ghettos with traps. People can't make it out or make it in. While make it ends me, but in my family, and in my hood, our skin makes us kin. My family blanket these blocks, so love will always be kept warm, albeit that strangers can make the world cold, and blood can often catch infection. But we all know that auntie soul food cooking be a recipe we have to learn before one day be the last day she's the chef. It's because of this that we know that each day should be lived out in full. But still, life can feel empty. It can feel like you don't know anything, so you'll do everything to try to find it. Meanwhile, answers be right in front of you, waiting for you to pause, look around you, start to feel gravity pull your world together, and let physics speak for itself. Thank y'all.
Woo! It's hot in here. Fire. Yes. What did you think about that, AJ? You muted.
I know. I was looking to unmute the microphone. I'm mesmerized. I'm blown away. I haven't heard the level of intensity with the impact and so much truth and experience in that. And I know you're not 85 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not 85. You're not sitting up, situating your estate, your will for the family, for the grandbabies and stuff like that.
Not yet. Not quite there yet.
but it's that kind of observation. You looking around, you experiencing, but you also absorbing everything that you see. And you truly are everything that your name is. You defining the justice.
Thank you.
All day long. No, thank you. Thank you. Because Drea told me justice is serious. And when you hear the poet is serious, you're like, okay, yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Right. They all serious. And then the humility of hearing you the first time and just being blown. Like, oh, yeah, that's right, Kwani. Come on, poet. I'm definitely a fan. Defining justice. Throw me in there too. Yes, everybody has been. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure being in the company of all of you. Truly, it's a wonderful thing.
And I just want to say this. I put it in the chat, but I've been sitting here taking in all the poems, and I literally can visualize and exceed. If I ever experience a certain feeling, I know which poet I can listen to on this call. You know what I mean? My God, McKee, the way you push us as a people and articulate the atrocities of our community, just sitting in how you speak on behalf of your culture. I felt that energy, right? When I want to be challenged and be more think about things outside of my own box, I'm going to tune to you, you know what I mean? And Sierra, the way you articulate love and the challenges within that. And Alicia, am I saying that right? My goodness, you too, with just the idea of the cultural competency that sometimes this country lacks. So I appreciate all y'all, because I could really, and Andrea, you already know, man, that was my first time hearing you. So that was killed it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. And I'm saying, you got so much more to grow. You so young and you already just killing it. Right?
Thank
so
you.
It just goes better and better. But I got something for y'all. We gonna mix it up and do a little different. I need you guys to give me a haiku about community. So let's start with you, McKeem.
Haiku?
Yes.
Wait, pause. Off dome?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. All right. Shoot. Because I'm counting syllables in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's gonna be. Listen, pass the mic. I ain't ready yet. I gotta count the syllables.
Come on, Sierra.
I'm not the best with haikus, but holding hands, but my palms are missing its psalms.
said she wasn't good with it. You heard that? She out here playing. All right, come on, Annalicia. It's on you.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see. Community is the soft embrace of loving hands. That's what I got.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was technically a talk or haiku, but we'll go with it.
It's okay. Heather, where you go? Okay, Justinia.
Okay, community here. I had time, so I did it like on the fly. Okay, community here. Staring into your eyes, I see a path forward here.
Justice.
I'm already off of mute. Okay, let me community is a reflection of myself. When I look in the mirror, I feel valued. And all of that is good for my mental health. That's my haiku.
In hearts mending, neighbors' hands, build unity. Harmony grows strong in stormy weather. AJ.
Okay. Community is figuring where the hell Heather is. Where's she at? Paul.
She's having technical difficulties.
Well, that's my piece right there.
All right, so.
All right. Just to finish out, yeah, I was lagging. I know where we come from and where we were before. Future of being whole.
Ooh.
Kim's gonna come with the words.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so amazing, each and every one of you. And I want to continue to see you guys to thrive and grow and be successful in poetry. It's very important that we use our words to share and teach others that it's okay that we go through things, but we can write these things out and overcome them. We don't have to turn to the streets or be caught up in our own trauma. We all have things that we've been through, but we build community like this for healing. I want to I appreciate all you guys for being here. I appreciate you, AJ, for showing up. I appreciate you for always being here, taking your time when you got off work and it's so late out there. But we're going to close out the show. Nobody log off yet. We're going to close out with AJ. AJ, give us your piece.
Okay. Okay. This is called Call Me When You Need Some. We've been through this before. Anguish my hate language when we don't speak. Distance and space, the instant your face dissipates. Synapse relapse to what my tongue tastes. Coated with that cumulo coming linguist, come and clean this cucumber on cue to thunder. Them thighs, enterprise, sun toasted, taken. Lightning rod to the southern homeland is soak-throated. You so drenching in my babysitting sip session. Trembling in your swimming pool, you shaking. In a heightened climate, you climaxing with pre-wet precipitation. And if the word play is wetting, what you think that foreplay getting? Call me when you need some. Four-way sweating. Conquer your divide as we convene, rooted in the tribe you love questing. Point blank. Black thoughts cipher your G-spot, and so eagerly you take direction. We both stoned in this Rosetta lesson. Box Pandora in your panties, a front row exploring the fauna and flora. Portal surrender each sneaky inch I enter. Call me when you need some. We gon' fuck fantasies you forgot. Palm clutching. Marbles closed to unclothe and soak. to blindfold, to play hide and go freak. I'm a forewarn. Don't be too scared to scavenge elsewhere. You had all them marks, broke hearts, mind games, and them last place lames over there. This energy here is deep in your entity, square. It's time you no longer care. We're gonna make a whole mess up in this motherfucker. Rock star your scars and level all that you kept unsettled. Legs begging pardon, mortified by mortar fire, immortalized and moonlit as come for hire. Call me when you need some. Some don't need no call, cause they already on 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Plus many she get giddy, up mounted, saddle strapped, Tim's laced and cervix tapped. Full service. Swerving still till the steering wheel snapped. Your wisdom is just glistening. Keep stroke alive, Captain. Just call me when you need to tap in.
You see, Kwani, you better spit. Thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe. You guys are always welcome to come back to this platform anytime you have something dropping. Just let me know you want to get back on the mic and bless our mic. Have a good night, everyone out there. You guys stay on, don't log off. What I love about Erica is that she's so brave and